Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Keeping Goals. If you're new here, my name is Conor O'Keefe and Keeping Goals is a vlog following my attempt at becoming a professional goalkeeper. We've got something a little bit different for you today. A few of you have been in touch with me over on my Instagram page asking for how I analyse my games. How do I analyse my performance positively and negatively and assess how I can improve as a goalkeeper. So today we're going to go back over one of my old games. We're going to watch my individual highlights and I'm going to show you the process of what I do to analyse my performance, how I assess areas that I can improve on, and hopefully that will help you improve your own game and how you analyse your own performances and therefore improve yourselves as goalkeepers. So we're going to head over to the computer behind me and do a bit of analysis. So the game that I'm going to be looking back on today was Loughborough University FC, my club, against Coventry United in the Midland Football League, which is the non-league step that Loughborough University play at. You know that we play non-league and university competitions. This was one of our non-league games. Before we get started, the most important thing for me in terms of analysing my game is this bad boy. For the past 4 seasons, I've kept detailed analysis of every single game that I play. This notebook goes all the way back through all my games where I record what I did well, what I did badly, my statistics, areas that I can improve on, the score, all the major points of the game. And then at the end of each season, or intermittently throughout the season, I can compare my performance. So I have books for when I was 18, 19, 20. I have one from when I was in Spain, and this is this season's pocketbook. So I'll go back to the 19th of January 2019 and we'll go through my analysis of that game. So, as a bit of context, this was an MFL, Midland Football League game. It was also my first game of 2019, so I was wanting to make an impression, wanting to show what I could do, remind the coaches and the crowd and all the players the level that I could perform at. So that was my mindset going into this game. The other thing that I would mention before starting is I've always found analysing my own performance in games and in training really, really useful. We're very fortunate here at Loughborough that we have students who work with the Loughborough team as video analysis, where we as players and coaches can then watch through the games, see specific areas of the game and analyse it ourselves. So for years now, wherever possible, I've watched games that have been filmed. I spend a lot of time after each game going through the footage and, as I say, using this notebook to analyse my thoughts, to analyse what I've done well, what I've done badly. And then I can also go to coaches and have meetings with them and talk through and watch through footage so that I can get a second opinion on things that I'm doing well, what I'm doing badly, where I can improve. Obviously, you may not be lucky enough to have the footage of your games every week, but if you can buy a small camera, a GoPro, this is what I did in Spain, buy a small camera where you can set it up near your goal or have a family member or friend film the game for you. Being able to see that different perspective of your performance is a massive help in seeing areas that you can improve that you maybe don't notice during the intensity of a game. So let's get into the game. At Loughborough, we try and play out from the back, we try and keep the ball. So this is what you're seeing, initial touches and engagement with the game is me with short passes to my defenders, trying to find the openings. So my centre half here has the ball. He's being closed down from the winger and the centre forward. My job, and the job of everyone on the team, is to make sure that he has an option to pass to me to get out of that pressure. He chooses to do that as the best option. I can then receive the pass, back foot, open out, so then I can play out to my other centre half. That pass is probably a little bit too slow. It doesn't get to him very quickly, so the striker then has a chance to close him down. He takes a touch, opens out, looks for space, but because the guy has got a bit closer, the centre forward, he decides to come back and play me again. If I'm hiding over here, where the striker is, he's not going to be able to play me that pass without risking the ball being lost. So I have to drop off, make sure the channel's open, receive the pass, look, see where I can play that ball. What I do have is a lot of space over here where my fullback is. So the wing has been pushed high up onto my centre back, but as a result, my fullback has more space. I don't have time to go, okay, so he's marked, but he's free, so I'll play it there. I just have to recognise cues, which you build up through training and games, and then select the right option. So that's what I do. See where my fullback is, play that pass into his feet. From here, I try and hit that space for that fullback. Intercepted, probably need to play flatter, more quickly with the ball in order to make that pass. If I strike it lower and flatter, it'll get there quicker, we can start the attack. Instead, I'm a little bit underneath it, it's a little bit floaty, bit of backspin, and the winger manages to get back and cut out the ball. So that's something that I need to work on. I need to be able to play passes more accurately and more quickly by striking the ball flat and help our team get out of any pressure that we're under. So watching it through. Centre forward sets off the ball to the centre midfielder, beats his man, strikes from about 25 and touch it over the bar. As the centre forward drops off that ball, we're allowed to step out. I'm encouraging my defenders to get out the box. I'm watching the centre midfielder. I have a few bodies in the way of my vision, which is making it a little bit difficult, but I know that he's got a lot of people to beat in order to get closer to me. As he beats that man, my centre midfielder, he then has a line at goal. So I'm starting to get set and ready for the shot because I know he has the space, there's no one closing him down here, to take the shot on goal. He then strikes from about, 25 yards. I'm set, middle of the goal. I can see the ball. I've got a nice gap between my centre halves. I can see where it's going. As he strikes it, I'm set. There's a bit of argument about keepers whether they should swing their arms back to explode into a save, because obviously it takes your arms away from the ball and you have more distance to cover, but at the same time it gives you that propulsion into the dive and it takes you that bit further with your dive, especially if you have good footwork. In this case, I have swung my arms back. I've got more time to see the ball. It's probably more difficult to do that technique if it's close range because you're wasting time swinging back and coming through. But because he's 25 yards out, I'm able to swing my arms back and use that power to help me with my dive. At this point, I'm thinking it's quite close to me. It's coming central-ish in the goal. I can probably go with two hands to hold the ball. Then it starts to move and it veers off away from me. And this is one of the reasons why I don't move my feet. So he struck it and I just push off from one leg. I don't take a step and dive, which is the correct way to attack a dive if you want to get more length on it. I instead just push off my standing foot. And that was because I was thinking it was going to be quite central. I didn't think it would have to stretch me. But it started to veer off at the last minute, so I didn't have the time to take a step and dive. I had to just push off my leg and use the single leg strength and power that we're working on in the gym to get me up to make the save. So then I'm pushing off my right leg, I extend my bottom hand and touch the ball over the bar. Again, another discussion among goalkeepers. Do you go bottom hand, do you go top hand for high saves? For me, top hand is more important when the strike is central in the goal. If it's a very high strike, it's dipping under the bar, top hand gives you that height, it gives you that security. But as soon as you're starting to go into this area of the goal, which is more of a stretch, if you're going with your top hand and if you're going with your bottom hand, you can see your bottom hand has more length on the save. Again, it's a split second reaction, you have to make the decision. But in this case, I needed the stretch, so I used my bottom hand. I was able to get the height because of my spring from my legs and my flexibility in my core, and that's what helps me take it up and over the bar. Sets it off, takes a touch, I can see him, I'm set, I'm ready, hits the ball, react, push, explode and touch it over the bar. Again, maybe move your feet a bit better, but in the case it moved and I was quite happy with how I dealt with it and managed to keep the ball out of the goal, which is the most important thing. Corner, take the corner. Happy days. No one near me. My defenders have done a really good job keeping people away from me. I'm marking players and I'm able to come up and take the corner. Not the biggest height, my arms aren't fully outstretched, but I'm safe. There's no one near me, so I can just concentrate on taking the ball safely, which I do. So, referring back to your notebook, if you're starting to analyse games, I'm watching through this footage and I'm watching everything I'm doing. I have the game, the score, the goals against, we'll get to that part. But the main sections are positive. I record everything here, which I think I've done well. Anything you do in the game that you think, that was good, I'm happy with how I did that, record that there. Turning over the page, negatives. These are the areas where I watch it and I see something and go, oh, I could have done that a bit better. I didn't do that quite right. Maybe I could have chosen that option instead of that option. All that goes in here. But I've had some games where the negatives are a whole page. That's the life of a keeper. That's what will happen. Then at the very end, you can go through your statistics. You can go your pass accuracy, short pass accuracy, long pass accuracy, shots saved, cross success. I record all of that as well. I record every single thing so that I can collect a clear picture of how I've performed at the game, and then over a season you can have a very clear picture of how you're performing and improving over the year. So back to this. I've taken the cross, taken the corner, come to the edge of my box. There is an option here to hit my number 9 who's come out wide, but instead I decide to take it, relax, let everyone set up, calm down, get into shape, and then I throw and find the fullback out wide with the space. Next one. Nice ball over the top, runs through, easy save. What I will say is the play in here is done very well. He's dragged my centre half out. The other player's made the run into the gap. My other centre half does really well to track him and to cover him and to make the shot really difficult. As he flicks the ball over, what I could do is come out a bit further out and think, oh, I'm going to make the goal small and close him down. But I know that my centre half's there. He's making it difficult for him. So I just drop off. I get back into my goal and give myself more distance to react because I know my centre half's there and covering it. He gets the shot off, but because I'm dropped back into my line, I've got loads of time to see it, react to it and save it. If I'm here, because I've closed it down, I might not react in time. It might go through me and be a goal. But because I know my centre half's there and dealing with it, I can drop off and make the save. Okay, receive the ball. Take a touch out in front of me. See that the fullback's free over here in the space and try and hit the fullback. Overhit the ball, out for a throw. Not good enough. I need to be able to hit that pass into that space so that we can attack. Again, something that I'm working on, making my long pass accuracy higher, but I think because I hit the one before, which was a little bit short, I overhit this one and it goes out for a throw-in. Which is frustrating, but then you just have to make sure that you get the next one right. Free kick into the box. Cleared by my defender, done really well. Here, I know what's going to happen. I know this lad is attacking the ball. My defender's coming out to close him down, but I know he's going to strike it. I'm already setting for the shot. He hits it hard, but I managed to get my body behind it. I still have to make sure that I get my hands down around the ball, get my body behind it, and I keep it so that it doesn't bounce out. You can see these two are ready to follow in if I spill the ball. So my aim here is to make sure I hold it and I'm clean and I don't risk anything by spilling it. So my focus was just to hold the ball. Easy shot from outside the area. Not much to say about that. Just be ready for shots from anywhere. Make sure that you save them. Rolled it out to the fullback. Ready to break again. Second half. 0-0. So a couple of good saves in the first half. Longer range passing wasn't up to standard. I knew that at half time that I needed to improve that. But talking was good. We stayed in the game after a bit of pressure. Second half. So, ball out wide. Fullback's going to close him down. Winger cuts inside. Shoots, bottom corner, get down and save. I know the camera's a bit blurry, but you can understand what's happening. Again, all about the footwork. Before, I didn't use the footwork because I had the explosive power. But for this one, because of where it was going, I needed to move my feet, especially after losing the ball for a second and getting down sharply to make the save. Throw in. Fullback picks it up. That's a horrible cross. If you're a goalkeeper, you know one of the worst crosses to deal with are the ones which just go vertically up in the air and land right on top of you. Because you have to watch the ball, come and take it full height, knowing that people are running in to come and smash you. So at this point, I think, right, I just need to come and take the ball as high as I can and protect myself with my knee if I can, but just hold the ball. Find the space, find the back foot of my fullback, and we can play. Much better. That's how you hit one of those passes. So, winger gets the ball out wide, crosses it into the box. Bit of a scuffle here, breaks down, I'm set for the shot, make the save, and then I look up and the ref has given a penalty kick. Yeah, you can judge for yourselves whether that's a penalty. Anyway, when a penalty is given, I have to relax, set, concentrate, because I know that I've got a job to do to try and help my team. I have a certain technique with how I process penalties, what factors I take into consideration about where I think the striker's going to go. You have to make the decision based on the information that you have. So I made the decision, I know where I'm going to go. Unfortunately, he puts it the other way. Good penalty. Sometimes it just goes that way with penalties. You can be unlucky. Anyway, we're now behind in the game, 1-0 down, chasing the equaliser, so the urgency goes up a level. I see that the space is here. My fullback shows me that he's free, that he's on, and I just have to execute the pass, which I do. Still probably a little bit floaty, but I've managed to drop it between the two defenders, which is the most important thing, and enable him to play. Ball out wide. Takes it outside my fullback this time. Now for a cross, I have to set my body ready for a cross. Instead, if he cut inside like he did before, I'd be setting for a shot. But with a cross, say your front post is here. If you're square with your front post, looking at the crosser, you're making it difficult to be able to move your feet back and take a cross if it's a deep cross. If you're all the way open and the cross drops short, you're not able to change your direction and attack the ball. You might get beaten to the ball by a striker. So you have to be halfway in between. Not fully shut off, not fully open, but halfway so that you can move your feet and take the cross or come and attack the ball. So that's what I do. He goes to cross, I've set, body on the angle, the cross is high, move my feet, most important thing, move my feet so that I can get into line to take the cross. Extend, take the ball, try and protect myself with this knee, which I'm doing in order to stop myself getting hit by the striker, but my fullback's done a really good job in protecting me from any contact. Take the ball, keep the ball, assess the options for the counter-attack, see the space, execute the throw. We did get the equaliser in the 84th minute. Shout out to Matthew Crooks, who's just here, for a headed goal in the last minute. So the game finished 1-1. Overall, when I was doing my analysis of the game, I was happy with my performance. I made some big saves, kept my team in it when we were under pressure. I was frustrated with my long passing accuracy, which is something that I pride myself on. I normally have a very good long passing accuracy, but I wanted to show you this game because I wanted to show you a game which I didn't quite execute it right and how I analyse that and understand that. But overall, looking in my book, I had shots saved 7 out of 8, so 87.5%. Good record. Cross success 3 out of 3, 100%. Very good, happy with that. Pass accuracy 31 out of 40, which is 77.5%, which is a good pass accuracy for a goalkeeper. I'm happy with that. Short pass accuracy 22 out of 22, 100%. That's the key thing. Short passes with my defenders have to get every single one spot on, which I did. Finally, long pass accuracy, 9 out of 18, 50%. When I set my goals for the season, I've talked to you about goal setting, about the mental approach to goalkeeping. I set myself process goals based on those statistics. Levels that I wanted the statistics to be at in order to help me achieve my ultimate goals of becoming a professional footballer. So my process goals were, I wanted my shot save percentage to be about 80%, cross success over 80%, pass accuracy I wanted to be over 80%, short pass accuracy 100%, long pass accuracy over 60%. So I hit that on my shot success. That was 87.5%. Frustrating with the penalty, but never mind. Cross success 100%, done that well. Pass accuracy 77.5, around where I want it to be, maybe a bit higher. Short pass accuracy 100%, achieved that. Long pass accuracy 50%, 10% lower than where I want it to be. So I can see that's the area that I needed to work on. So that's how I analyse a game. I hope it's helped you seeing my game, seeing how I performed, but I also hope it's helped you see the process that I go through to watching games, to analysing my own performance and assessing areas for me to work on and get better at with my goalkeeping. As I said at the beginning, I'd highly recommend watching your footage. try and watch as much as possible in order to get that understanding. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching this episode of Keeping Goals. As always, please like, subscribe, share, all of the above. It really helps the channel to grow. I know I say it every week, but please do. Thanks for watching as always. Please tune in next week to next week's episode of Keeping Goals. Keep working hard, keep assessing, keep improving, because that's what I'm doing. But thank you for watching. Speak to you in a bit. Flipping heck, I'm warm. Oh, that was really long and waffly, I'm sorry.
We just lost about 6 minutes of footage. You're good to start again. I've set everything up so you're fine to start again.
Okay, cool. We all going, yeah?
Mm-hmm.